welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick, and today we're looking at Dead People Dimension by Agumaster. This is a sort of exploratory platformer, I believe, and it looked kind of interesting and surreal, and if you can't get an impression of how strange it's probably going to be based on the music versus the name, that should already set you off. So let's start a new game and check it out. So we've got this little dude wearing yellow suspenders, and a little bit of text here. It says, "Hi friend, this is our happy world. We live in peace and there is nothing bothering us." And the tiles are actually sort of phasing out in the top left corner as we go. So I can control my guy with arrow keys, jump with up. Just don't enter the dead people dimension. You are happy with no worries. I do feel that way, sure. There's a legend that says some souls of dead humans don't go to hell or to heaven, neither to purgatory. I thought they said purgatory didn't exist anymore, or that was limbo. I thought those were the same. Those souls are in the dead people dimension, a really creepy place, a place that you don't have to enter because you could unleash that poor souls. That's not good grammar. Not sure exactly what that was trying to say, but okay, this looks like a large version of my head. Happy day with my good friends. So it's going to be one of those types of games, huh? Kind of Englishy surreal. Like, you can't tell if it's surreal because it's intended to be surreal or just because there was, like, a difference of cultural opinion. Please go back. Dark dimension ahead. I'm going in, man. You can't stop me now. Please go back. Dark dimension ahead. Nope, still going ahead. I don't follow anyone's rules but my own. Please don't enter. Is unsafe here. You know what? You convinced me. I'm going back. But I can't leave. It's almost as if the developer intended me to go down into the hole. The happy blue sky is actually quite funny too, and you fall very slowly. So this is very dark here, so clearly bad stuff happens when it's dark. Now you can't go back. Well, you didn't let me go back. I tried. You just want me to hang out in that hallway for the rest of my existence? What the hell? Hello? So this is Dead People Dimension, eh? That looks like somebody's Photoshop picture. Interesting. That dude has no arms. This dude is messed up. This dude has mostly no legs. These guys have no heads. So you can tell whenever there's your disembodied floating head, that means that's like a teleport point. I like these colorful flashing cubes though. These are pretty cool. I want to hang out with... Oh, you can't touch those. Alright, I didn't understand that. I think my legs just flew off from touching that. I will avoid those in the future, which is unfortunate because they actually look like a lot of fun to hang out with. Alright, well I didn't mean to touch that one. I did anyway though. So this is First Blood. Rambo style. And, you know, it's got pressure sensitive jumping, but I gotta really check to what degree I need to hold the button down. So we've got like 3 degrees worth of jumping, it looks like. So I need to do like the middle jump for that one. That seems to work okay. Alright. Dark view of the dead people. Oh, these are interesting. It's like Lost Souls from Doom or something. Oh, I thought I made it all the way through. The music's quite nice, I have to give them that. I mean, it's like MIDI nice, it's not like super nice, but it works. It was certainly a little off-put from the introduction music that seemed a little odd, but... You know, I try not to judge, because I don't really know what the hell I'm getting into most of the time with these games. A lot of times the things that I find a little odd are actually the things that actually make the game endearing or interesting. So... I should probably not judge. So it looks like that head is actually... like that Photoshop picture head. Oh, well, what was I supposed to do? Run in front of it? Yeah, those are the enemies. I'm actually being kind of careless now. I actually just want to go ahead and see what there is to see. He makes like a silly Mr. Bill noise every time too, which is kind of funny. I think the character art is about as minimalistic as you can get. Okay, there we go. Now I just gotta run ahead of it and jump. Made it. You are going to fall, my friend. There's an interesting line between titling these levels and speaking directly to the player. And I'm not sure which one we're doing here. Oh, this is a problem. How do I deal with this? I gotta jump over the thing? Probably. Jump. Alright. Jump again. What's gonna be under me? Oh, I gotta avoid those. Barely. Barely made that. Now I'm actually happy that I fall so slowly. Dying is horrible. Be dead is a pleasure. Alright, down we go again. Oh, went a little too far over that time. No problem. Oh, didn't go far enough that time. The tiles in that background on the left side of the screen right now, they actually sort of remind me of bedrock texture, or actually they're all over the place. They remind me of the bedrock from Minecraft, which is something, I guess. Oh, jeez. Alright, so I didn't realize I had to go all the way over there once I started falling, which I probably should have looked ahead a little bit if I could have. So I actually need to fall on the left side of the screen. Barely made that. Oh, come on. I can tell this is probably going to get really frustrating after a while. I am trying to play this on the keyboard. You know, I usually do my 360 controller dance. Not today, though. Oh, what is that? He just decided not to do his full distance jump. Collision detection definitely leaves something to be desired at times. I mean, it could be worse, I guess, but you're also dealing with these sort of kludgy-looking, strange shapes most of the time, and then, like, strange perspective on top of the strange shapes. Because, I mean, really, what perspective is this? It's very confusing. And if you look, all of the blocks seem to be three-dimensional, but they're, like, rectangular coming at the screen, and it seems like, I don't know, they shift wherever you seem to go. It doesn't look bad. It's just maybe a little bit disconcerting. And I don't know what's up with that jump, but for some reason I can't seem to get my full height on my jump on that specific spot only. I may not be able to get that far in this just... Yeah, every time. It's just he doesn't jump all the way up. I'm not going to torture myself over it. It seems like these guys have tortured themselves enough. By these guys, I mean like the headless dudes that seem to be littering the ground. I'm just testing the jump here. It seems like shorter than normal, right? Or is it... Oh, I know why. It's because I'm actually colliding with that block above me. But you can't really tell, because you'd think the perspective is a little weird. Alright, so that I guess makes some sense now that I get that. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to jump this. I get it. I, like, can't jump high enough to even do that. You know, there's a weird thing about platformers with me. Like, I love platformers, you know that. I've played dozens of them on this show. And I'm always up for another platformer, like, they never really get boring to me. But there's an issue, though, with a lot of people when they make platformers, is that they don't care so much about how the game controls. And that is, like, the whole game. I mean, your only goal when you're playing a platformer is make sure your dude doesn't die. And how do you do that? You make sure you steer him around stuff, right? I mean, it seems so simple on paper, but yet something always seems to get lost in translation. Well, not always, but like 80% of the time, there's always some little niggling gripe about the controls. Jeez. And if it's not the controls, sometimes it's the collision, it's the physics, it's something about the way the character moves, the way they interact with their environment. And this is definitely an example of that. I mean, clearly this guy's got a huge rectangular bounding box around him for collision. I don't even get how I'm supposed to make this jump. Oh, I guess like that. Can't that just be the end? Yeah, so, I mean, this is a really good example of a time when I don't think it really worked very well. And it's the difference between, like, the lower tier and the upper tier types of platformers, I think. And I think then there's, like, a super upper tier, which are things like Super Meat Boy, where the controls are, like, impeccable. Or at least as close to really perfect as I think they can get. But I know that's also a matter of opinion, and I think some people prefer different styles, which is fine. I'm just only speaking from my perspective, and if you disagree, I completely respect that. We all have our own opinions on this stuff. But this is definitely like low tier when it comes to controls, because I can't navigate these pretty simple obstacles. I mean, these are not complex by any means. If I was playing Super Meat Boy right now, I would get this probably first or second try. And this is gonna take me quite a while. If I'm even able to do it, and I'm not sure that I am. But it changes the whole way that the difficulty scales when you can't control the character well. Because then you're actually trying to just overcome shortcomings of your game engine instead of really challenge the player to do their best. And I think if the player can perform at their best, that really does change the dynamic of how people want to play the game. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to probably get through this. I don't even know how to... I have very little... Okay. I think I might actually get this. Yes! Dead People Dimension is bigger than the whole... Wow, the whole universe? So it encompasses the universe, or it's like a parallel universe? I mean, you can't just make a claim like that and have it be unsubstantiated. I want facts, man. Now I'm just getting careless. And you know, there are times when you're dealing with these control issues that I was just talking about, when you can overlook them a lot, like, not all the whole game, but like for most of the game, just because the difficulty curve tends to ride slightly under what you can perform at. And this case is not going that way at all. That game, Quietus 2, that I tried like a week ago or so, that one I think is a decent example of, like, the controls were not great, but they were passable for what you needed to do for most of the game. And by the time they got so difficult that it was a huge problem, like, it was already, most of the game had passed. I don't think a lot of people are going to be that upset by it. And they may just chalk it up to their own deficiencies in skill at that point. But in this case, I feel like my skill is definitely better than I'm being able to show you because of the controls. I'm not even sure why I'm going off on this long of a tangent over it. I mean, clearly this game, I mean, it's not like a masterful produced piece of work. It's sort of a homebrew-looking project, which is not super polished, but, you know, it's playable enough, I guess. I've been sticking with it for this long for some reason. So I've seen worse, but I've definitely seen better. So I'm not sure if I'm going to make it past this level. Maybe, I thought last level was going to be my cutoff point, but maybe it's this one, in fact. I'd probably be doing better if I mapped it to the controller, but it's a little late for that now, I think. Oh, this might be... Oh, no. Jumped too late. Yeah, you gotta compensate for these crazy big bounding boxes for the collision. And then the wonky physics when you're falling, because you fall kind of slow. It's kind of difficult for me to compensate for that. Like, if I had a level of gravity that was a little bit more easy to relate to, that would make it a little bit better. Alright, I think Dead People Dimension being bigger than the whole universe should tell us something right there, so I think we're gonna wrap this one up. Sorry for the slightly shorter episode, but I did want to show this one off for just a minute or two, and we did that. And I think we got a nice little rant in there about platformer controls. And hopefully you guys understand my position, where I'm coming from when I say this type of stuff. So I will put the link in the description, as I always do, so feel free to download this if you'd like, and feel free to see if you can get further than me. I'm kind of curious to know what happens as we get further, whether or not the developer elevates his game and throws up some crazy mix-ups or whatever. So if you're curious as I am, maybe you can make a video and show me how much better you are. Maybe you are, maybe you aren't. But yeah, you can also feel free to rant on your own control issues or whatever about platformers. I'm always curious to hear your opinions on these matters. And that's going to pretty much do it for this episode, so feel free to head on over to my website, which is www.indie-impressions.com, and browse all the different reviews and episodes that I've done on this show. Check out our forums, meet some cool people, make some friends, have some fun, and then head on over to the website for facebook.com/indieimpressions, where you can leave a like if you'd like to, and then you'll get some Indie Impressions in your daily Facebook feed, so you can stay up on whatever's going on with the channel. Then I've got my two Twitters, at RockLeeSmile and at Indie Impression, and if you want to send me any comments, questions, concerns, suggestions, any of that can be done at RockLeeSmile. Feel free to follow me over there if you'd like, and we can chat about whatever is on your mind. So that will do it for today. Make sure you come back again tomorrow, because I do one of these every single day. And we made it past 6 months, and we're going to keep on going every single day. It's awesome. Man, I've found so many cool games thanks to this series, and I hope you guys have as well. So I will see you again tomorrow, and have a lovely night. Take care now. Bye.